Hey everyone, Matt from Orion Strategic Solutions. I'm about to review a gun and knife disarm for self-defense in this video put out by this young gentleman. So let's get to it.
Give me the money! Stop. You might be very panicked in a situation like this, but this might save your life one day. If he points a gun at your head and he has another guy with a knife behind you, this is how you're gonna get out of it. So first,
Okay, so what we got is a little bit of pincer action here with a firearm pointed to the face and a knife into the back. This is a very unlikely situation that would happen, and if you ever do find yourself in this situation, just know that you put yourself there, and you might want to rethink your life on how you got there, because you have placed yourself in a position to where you are at no advantage at all, and certain death is very, very apparent.
you want to start by complying with him. He might ask for your wallet.
Give me what? Bro, everything on the floor. Everything on the floor.
Okay.
What? Money, nice. Turn your pockets inside out. Turn your pockets inside out. Hurry up. Pockets inside out. Right now. Pockets inside out. Go. Let me see it. Okay?
I got my earphones.
Okay. Turn around real quick. Turn around. Okay. He's good. Good. Pat him down. He's good? He's good. Okay.
Alright, so far not too bad. As you guys know, if you ever get in a predicament where you have a firearm or any type of weapon brandished in your direction and they're asking for items off of you, it is just best to comply because, hey guys, look, it's just stuff. And things honestly aren't worth your life. They are replaceable, but you're not. So not bad so far, so let's continue.
I'm going to listen out of the family. So what I did there was I worked with them. I let him know that he was winning. I dropped all my things to the floor. I emptied out my pockets. I turned around. I let them inspect me. I let them think that they made the robbery, that they were successful. Okay? You don't want to alarm them. You don't want to argue with them. They have two weapons to use. This is very important. Your life is at the stake right now.
Kick over everything. Kick it over. Hey. Okay. Funny.
So not bad advice that he put out right there. Look, like I said before, it's just stuff, guys. There's no need to try to defend yourself and put your life on the line for things that can all be replaced, okay? Now, what he's talking about is a very good point. The person is also full of adrenaline, as you are, so you don't want to excite them too much. So let's continue on and see what he has next.
Again, you comply with him. He thinks he's winning. He thinks he's going to get away. Tell them again, hey, I have a family. Hey, I have family. Now, this is very crucial. You want to say something that's going to take their brain off the situation. So what I think works is you say, hold on. What time was it again?
All right, so now we're getting to delusional thinking here, guys, okay? So let's look at the reality of the situation, okay? The mugger, in all intents and purposes, is actually winning. They're both winning, all right? The guy in the middle is definitely not. He is at the most disadvantage out of anything. It doesn't matter what action he does, as two individuals are always going to overpower and overcome one. There's no such thing as a magic technique or any type of defense that will actually get you to disarm or disable two opponents when they're armed and you're at a disadvantage. And what he's talking about at the end there, what we just looked at, is actually referred to in combative world and in self-defense as an opening gambit, which is when you create a distraction to enable yourself to gain space and time so that way you can evade and flee from the actual subject. But let's see what he's going to do next, because now this is getting interesting.
And as soon as you say that, what time was it?
Why does that matter?
And now, this is where it starts. So first, you take your left hand, grab the top barrel of the gun, right? Top barrel of the gun. This is if he's holding it with his right hand, you take your left hand to top barrel of the gun. Right hand now comes down and palm strikes the inside of his wrist. So a palm strike is where you grab the bottom part of your palm and hit the striking zone, right? So the reason this works is because your palm is stronger than the grip of his thumb and his three fingers. This will win in any situation. It doesn't matter if your opponent is stronger than you. It does not matter. So now, barrel of the gun with the right hand, palm strike with the left hand, and you rotate in a counterclockwise motion, which disables the gun, right? So he grabs it one more time, right? He points the gun, you comply. You tell him, hey, I have a family, I'm going to work with you. And then I say, wait, what time was it again?
What?
Right gun, palm strike, take the barrel, right?
Okay, so now we have a pretty basic Krav Maga gun disarm technique that's happening here, where he palm strikes the wrist and rotates the gun counterclockwise motion so that way he can disable it from the hand, torquing the thumb and removing it from the fingers, right? So, okay, cool, that's not bad. But here's the thing. If you guys actually notice in the video, okay, he is pointing the gun directly at himself, both when he did it slow motion, both demonstration times, and also when he did it a little faster. Okay, so if anyone actually knows anything about ballistics and how firearms work, the whole point of this and to disarm a gun is that you want to get out of the line of fire. So they're referring to the term getting off the X. And to get off the X means that you're taking the center line of your body, which is the most vulnerable part where your brain, your eyes, all your vital organs are, and moving it out of the trajectory of the bullet. And every single time he did the disarm, he definitely did it.
And as I was complying with everything, as I was kicking over my keys and everything, I was noticing behind me, right? You know, as soon as they told me to turn around and check my pockets, I tried to pay attention to where his attacker from the back was holding the knife. And I noticed that he was holding it to the right of my back, right? To the very right of my back. Keeping that in mind the entire time. This is very important. There's a knife to your back. This could save your life.
So now he's talking about situational awareness of where the knife position was as he was kicking everything over and getting ready to disarm the pistol. So the problem with this is that even if you did an opening gambit, there's two people there. Two people have totally different reactions. They're paying attention to two totally different things. It doesn't matter. No, there's no such thing as a group of people that are going to be completely stunned by the words of one man or one woman. So the only thing that can really affect it that way is a sexual drive, such as a very attractive person, or something just absolutely astonishing that would get everyone's attention. I'm sorry, but words aren't that. So when it comes down to it, the moment he disarmed that pistol, or even made a move to disarm the pistol, he was dead and his spine would have been opened up like a filleted fish.
Very important. So, as soon as I grab the gun, I'm gonna grab it. I have the gun now, right? I have the gun, right? Now, I wanna make sure when I turn around to face my opponent, he is to the left of me. Because I noticed that his knife is on the right, and I want him to be to the left of me so that it's off center, so that the knife is away from my body, right? Very crucial, it's away from my body. So I twist it now to the left, knife is to the right, hold him to my body, and this is where it's gonna happen, okay?
Here he's demonstrating how he's going to disarm this knife or pin this knife and take it out of commission after he takes the gun away from this person while positioning his body in a certain way. This is absolute bullocks. I'm sorry. It's not true to nature at all, guys. I mean, when it comes down to it, anyone with any type of combative training or any type of martial arts training knows that a knife, when it comes down to weapon systems, when put in the hands of anybody, can eliminate you and change directions in such a way that you will never, ever, ever be able to counter it. You're always going to get cut, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And if you ever try to disarm a knife and a gun at the same time, you might find yourself in an early casket.
Every pocket, everything. Don't leave Kick it over. It's good. He's
I have family.
Back up.
I'm gonna give you everything I have, but what time is it?
What?
No, back up. Put your hands up. Stay right there. This will save your life right there.
Well, he didn't upset, that's for sure. And I can tell you this much, even at the full speed demonstration that he did, our demonstrator still managed to shoot himself in the face. Guys, you gotta remember that the average human reflex is a quarter of a second, sometimes faster due to adrenaline. Doesn't matter what happens, you're never gonna close the space that way. It just doesn't happen that way. And this is all very delusional. Look guys, I'm not trying to bust this guy's balls, even though I just really did right now, but here's the truth about it, guys. Most of the time, someone's trying to sell a product to you when they are teaching you something. Right? It looks like this guy is trying to put something out there without charge, but the people that taught him, as you can see, he's wearing a Krav Maga shirt, really didn't delineate anything between what is imaginary and what is reality. Because reality is in actual combat or in actual stressful situations, it's never going to work out like that. That scenario is never going to be the way you trained it to be, and you're never going to react as well as you will in a controlled environment. And the fact about it is, guys, just vet your instructors and your school. Make sure that it's on the basis of reality and actually getting you a good curriculum to where you're learning something that is applicable in the real world. And always, always, always use your head. If it feels kind of wonky, it probably is, okay? So I've been doing martial arts for a little over 30 years now. I've been instructing for 20, so I have a little bit of experience in this field. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you thoroughly vet your instructors and do some research on your school, okay? Not everything trains you to where you think it is, and if it sounds like it's trying to sell you a program, it probably is, guys. It's just the sad truth about it. A lot of people aren't out there for your actual well-being. A lot of them are trying to sell you a course that is honestly there to make you money and give you a false sense of security, and I would hate to see you guys get into an actual situation in which the tools that you were given are not the ones that were right for the job. So, my name is Matthew, and I am the CEO of Orion Strategic Solutions. You can come by and pay us a visit at our webpage. There's also a blog there if you want to read it. So like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it useful. And as always, stay strong, stay safe, train how you fight, and be better than you were yesterday. Later, guys.